Independence Day Resurgence, released on the day Britain got their Independence Day. Can Independence Day 3 be called Independence Day Brexit and star Boris Johnson fighting off aliens?
What is it?
Supine protoplasmic invertebrate jellies.
Who wouldn't want to see that?
That's no moon.
Okay, so unfortunately Tom's not here with us today, he's ill. So it'll just be me and Dale reviewing the next two films.
Yeah, that means we only have one camera view because Tom has the other camera, and the audio might sound a bit different because we're actually having to use one of my microphones to record instead of Tom's mic that clips onto his camera. So the next two videos should be different from the others. I mean, it's easy editing for us, so
yeah,
it's
we'll try and still make it entertaining without Tom. So yeah, you ready to do the randomizer?
Yep, I have my
iPad
here. Let me pull it up.
Okay.
Randomizer. So it is slowly loading. It's you, Kieran. You talk about the plot for Independence Day Resurgence.
Well, the plot. Let's say loose plot because it's barely a plot. Well, I haven't seen the whole of the first Independence Day. Obviously, I've seen bits of it. It's an okay film. It's not a great film. But what we've got basically is the follow-on story. It features, top pilots in their sort of their base on. You've got Liam Hemsworth's character who's on the moon for some reason. Then you've got Will Smith's character's son, his stepson, because Will Smith's character is dead in this film, and they basically go on an expedition to fight these aliens that have come down on Independence Day again.
20 years later.
So obviously Independence Day is not such a great day for America if this is going to keep happening. So the aliens come down, they fight them again, and you've got pretty much the same movie but without the really cool Will Smith quotes, which made the first movie bearable. And that's pretty much it. It's just a film about people fighting aliens. You've got other characters returning, Jeff Goldblum's character, who plays the old scientist dude?
Oh god.
I can't remember. I know he was in the first film, but yeah, he's back, and he died in the first film, but in this one it's just like, oh, he was in a coma the whole time and he's fine now, and it's just like, alright. And he annoyed me in the film.
Yeah, he was really annoying actually. I haven't seen the first film, so I didn't know but the long-haired guy, he was a scientist,
yeah.
He was just annoying, and I didn't like him. I didn't like him one bit. I think maybe people who enjoyed the first movie may have liked him again, but not me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, the lack of Will Smith really showed. I mean, Will Smith's not the best actor in the world, but he
has charisma.
He has a likability
Christ.
to him, and his quotes. He's very quotable. He's very funny, and when you listen to him talk, you remember what he said. And in this film, everyone's they've got these weird little one-liners, and you're just like, okay, fair enough. But you don't remember any of them. And by the end of the film, it's just you don't remember much about the film because it's so boring and not a lot happens. It's mediocre.
Yeah, it's the definition of generic. All the characters, Liam Hemsworth plays that generic kind of really skilled but really disobedient pilot guy who's so cool. He breaks all the rules and he survives every situation just because he's a cool guy, but really he was just annoying. I don't even know who played Will Smith's stepson.
Yeah, I mean you can tell which Hemsworth
so
brother
bad.
Is more successful. I mean,
yeah, pretty much. Sad truth.
Yeah, Will Smith's stepson was in it, and you're just like, yeah,
whoever played him.
Much anyway.
I don't know his name. He was absolutely terrible. I thought he was
unknown. I mean, I would have rather Jaden Smith played the son. I mean, I think Jaden Smith's a terrible actor, but if Jaden Smith had played Will Smith's son, it just probably would have been a better movie for it.
For the in-joke alone,
yeah. I mean, you can go with a movie that's been released, years after its original. You can go one way, or one of two ways. You can go, sort of Star Wars Force Awakens route, where it's really good and you love it, or you can go more in the route of, say, Dumb and Dumber 2, which,
Christ.
It's just not so good. And this movie's more Dumb and Dumber 2.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's as bad as Dumb and Dumber 2, because that film, you look at the spelling of the title.
I haven't seen it, so...
But it's definitely no Force Awakens. It's no Mad Max Fury Road. It is literally just so boring. There's some really cool moments. I mean, I don't want to be 100% negative on this because it has its moments. You've got some cool dogfights, But then it's not like you've never seen those before.
Yeah.
The aliens, I guess, look kind of cool. I mean, they're like an offspring between the xenomorphs and the monster from Cloverfield. And yeah, they look kind of cool, but by the end, you're just like, you know, an hour in, you see probably your first alien.
Yeah.
And then by the time you see it, it's just like they're defeated again. And you're just like, okay, fair enough.
It's very much a disaster movie in terms of like the way Man of Steel did it, where it's just constant, like, you know, destruction, and it doesn't, you know, they don't seem to care. Like, they probably do care.
No, the actors seem like they don't want to be there. I mean, the only actor I liked in this film was Jeff Goldblum. He was very good. He wasn't in it enough. They should have had this movie completely focus on Jeff Goldblum and have him, you know, sort of go up against these aliens. It would have been a better movie for it because, you know, he was the only part where I just thought, yeah, he seems like he's okay with being in this film. He's enjoying himself, I guess. I mean, sometimes he sounds a bit like dull, bored. But, you know, you could tell, you know, he wanted to come back, I guess.
It was very much Jeff Goldblum's, like, performance that was the highlight of this movie. Other than that, I'd have to say everything about it was generic. And even, you know, going along with the tropes more, they built up to a sequel, another sequel. Like, this was 20 years after the original, and they kind of left it on a cliffhanger. So as if to say, hey, if this movie does well financially, we're going to make another one. So get ready for that. Because there was some really weird stuff that, you know, could happen in the sequel that, to me, wouldn't fit. But I haven't seen the first one. And I'm not a big fan of this one, so I guess I don't have the authority to declare that.
Yeah, I mean, it's all well and good setting up a sequel for a movie. You know, Star Wars does it. The Marvel films do it, you know, end of every Marvel film, you're like, yeah, let's set up for another one. But that's because it's already a built universe. Star Wars is already a built universe. With this is the first sequel, and literally watching this film felt like watching a really long 2-hour trailer for the third film, which you shouldn't want, like, which we didn't want, which you shouldn't have. So, like, having a 2-hour trailer for a movie that came out 20 years ago, for a sequel to a movie that came out 20 years ago, it's just like, why would we want to have that, you know?
Yeah. I
mean, fans of this movie, I'm not a fan of the first movie, but fans were like, yeah, we want an Independence Day 2, and what they've got, I'm sure they wouldn't be very pleased with.
Yeah.
So, the best I can say about it is that it's a very long trailer, and as a trailer, yeah, the production value is very good for it. So, it's a very high quality trailer, I'll give it that. But that's all I can say about this movie in terms of, you know, being a movie.
Yeah. I mean, like, we said everything. There's not much to talk about. It's a hard movie to review because it feels like there's nothing, you know, of substance.
Yeah, there is no substance to this movie.
It's just, you know,
I mean,
all style.
I guess sit back and watch on TV and just be like, switch.
Yeah, when it comes on like
okay.
TV, enjoy it like a Sunday afternoon. But
I mean, what you've got is some cool action scenes. You've got, I guess, some one-liners which cheesy at best. And, you know, you've got that novelty value of, oh, Independence Day's back as another movie, and you've got that set up for a next movie if that's what you want. But overall, it's not a great movie. And it's probably the most forgettable movie of 2016 already, and I literally saw it, 3-4 days ago?
On Thursday. So
yeah, on Thursday. So it's already the most forgettable movie of the year for me. In good faith, I can't recommend it.
No.
If you're a fan of the first movie, maybe go see it just for that. But overall, not a great movie. And that's it, really. So, yeah, Independence Day Resurgence. Final verdict.
Not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination, and not really even a fun one just for a guilty pleasure movie.
That's it.
That's pretty much it, so yeah.
Okay.
I'll see you in the next video.
Thank you for watching. Next video will be Secret Life of Pets.
Goodbye.
It's a space station.